Well, if I attempted to list all of this guest's accomplishments, quite honestly, there'd be no more time for an interview. So let me just hit some of the highlights. He is a two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. He is a two-time NASCAR Cup regular season champion. He's an Xfinity Series champion. He's an all-time wins leader in the Xfinity Series. Ditto for the Camping World Truck Series. He's a two-time Brickyard 400 winner. He's gone to victory lane in the Southern 500 as well as the Coca-Cola 600. And this is just a sampling of what Kyle Busch has accomplished in his NASCAR career. Hey, Kyle, welcome to the Wind Tunnel.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Jack. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Did you ever, in your wildest imagination, think that you would be on this career path with so much success when you and your older brother were trading paint on the Legends car circuit in Vegas?
There's always a dream, and any boy's dream can hopefully become a reality, and certainly mine has been that. So, when I was a kid, just growing up, 8, 9 years old, whatever it was, and Jeff Gordon kind of started, he was the guy who I chose from the very beginning with that bright colored DuPont Rainbow car. And, obviously he turned out to be a pretty good race car driver himself, won a lot of races, won a lot of championships. But I was like, one day I want to be his teammate. I want to race with him on the same team. And lo and behold, it happened for me, And once I was there and kind of was able to start winning and won my first race, I was like, damn, this is really, really cool. This is like a dream, And ever since then, it's just continued to skyrocket up, and it's been fast track to success for sure. But loved every minute of it, and would certainly love to keep it going. That's for darn sure.
Well, I mean, you're not hanging it up real soon. I mean, you've
Not
got
yet.
plenty ahead for you. It must have been intoxicating to finally realize your dream and then experience what you have so far. What stands out? Were there a couple of moments during that period of time that really have become benchmarks and golden moments for you, Kyle?
Well, definitely, winning your first race when you're coming up through like that was certainly special. Winning again for Joe Gibbs Racing as my first race with those guys, first race for Toyota, first race for M&M's in a long time in the Snickers car at Atlanta. And then, being able to win the big races like you mentioned, the Southern 500, the Coke 600, win 8 races in a season. Also, I think one of the cool trips to victory lane was when I did win that Coke 600. That solidified me being able to win a race at every single racetrack current on the schedule at that time, and no other driver had been able to do that. No Richard Petty, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, anybody had achieved that one. So that one was really, really awesome. And of course, too, being able to bring home the 2 Homestead race victories that I did, which also meant bringing home the championship in 2015 and 2019. Have just been remarkable experiences for me. And, of course, the Bristol sweeps are cool. They all have their own special meaning. You win at Martinsville, you bring home a grandfather clock. I've never seen one of those things. So now you've got to dial that thing up every day and wind it and keep it going. But it's all worth it.
Have there been any bumps in the road along the way?
Oh, yeah. Many, probably, well, I wouldn't say as many wins as I've had. There's been bumps in the road. It's probably been maybe 10% of bumps in the road. Most notably, just early days, running into guys, making enemies with guys, stuff like that. Probably the Hornaday incident would be the number one on the list. But, I think all of that stuff kind of comes through growing up with age and being with some of those guys that you're running against, and how they're older and want to be treated with more respect and stuff like that. And you kind of feel like, well, hey, I'm a young guy coming in, and I need some respect as well, too. So there's that balance there. And sometimes you both overstep that boundary.
I believe not since Dale Earnhardt Sr. has there been a fan nation that is either for a driver or against a driver. Coupling that with my theory that whether it's Tom Brady or you or anybody that's absolutely at the top of their craft, you polarize. You don't, if you were being referred to as Kyle Busch and the fans said, hey, he's all right. Loving or hating, I think, goes with the territory when you excel. What do you think?
Yeah, no, you're right. I feel like that. I'd have to agree. I think there's certainly, there are other drivers that have fans that like him and fans that boo him, but I would say we definitely are the cream of the crop on that one. So, obviously there's the fans that love the most popular driver of the sport with Chase Elliott. And I think that's, Kyle Larson's gaining back a lot of fan base as well too right now with the success that he's having, obviously. Denny's got his guys, my brother, Matt Kenseth, when he was here, whoever it might've been, but having Rowdy Nation on board and everybody supporting what we do with the M&M's car each week and the Interstate Batteries car on occasion has certainly been fun over the years. And, you talk to your sponsors and you meet up with them and they love you for what you're doing and the abilities that you're able to carry both on and off the racetrack. And that's why we continue to be here, right?
Yeah. Listen, Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State head coach, always counseled his players that it was incumbent upon them to pay it forward. And in many ways, you have done just that with the success in your career in forming KBM Motorsports. How fulfilling is that for you to be able to mentor and usher the next generation that, to be quite frank with you, if they do hit it in the big time, they're going to start chasing after you. And already when you go to the trucks, I mean, look out, John Hunter Nemechek has got your number.
Yeah, no, you're right. You bring up the point of they're chasing after me. Well, pretty soon they're going to be chasing after my job. So
that's
right. I got to be
right.
careful, watch out what I'm doing and who I'm developing, what's happening, but it's been fun. Ever since I started Kyle Busch Motorsports back in 2010, the dream was always kind of to have a full-fledged, experienced guy, a guy that can be in there each and every year, that carries the flagship for the team. And then also to have some of the younger drivers that kind of come up through and are able to make a name for themselves and to have an opportunity to go out there and race too and come up the ladder eventually. So being able to do that with, the likes of Eric Jones and William Byron and Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell and some others that they've been able to make it to the Cup Series, and that's a dream for us. And winning championships with those guys before they move on out is also something that we strive for. And, having John Hunter back on board this year and the success that he's having already has been instrumental to our program and what we're all about. So now we just want to see him carry that forward and be able to carry it to a championship at the end of the year.
Well, I would think, too, you're leaving the door open as long as you possibly can because you've got a son that most likely is going to follow in Pop's footsteps.
Something like that. Yeah, no, Brexton's been doing good. It's not even been a year yet since he ran his first race. So he's been getting better and better every time we go out and building more confidence, more comfort, and being able to race around the other competitors that he's racing around. And, he's the youngest one out there still. I mean, there's maybe one or two that are a couple months younger than him, but they're not to the level that he is. And he's been racing just 10 months or so, but some of the other kids are 7, 8, 9 years old that he's running against. So makes you feel good and puts things in perspective a little bit. And you can kind of see the age difference of these kids too, and on not their experience level, but just their life experience level, from a 6-year-old to a 9-year-old is hugely different, So it's pretty remarkable to see what he's been doing and keeping up with some of those guys as well too. He's got a few buddies out there that he likes to race with and run around, and they run hard, and we call it door banging. They door bang each other a little bit. So it's good action for sure.
So when you're at the racetrack with Brexton and he's strapping himself into the car, or the vehicle is probably the better way to put it, do you become a little league dad?
I'm kind of like the coach. Well, let me put it this way. I'm the car owner. I'm the crew chief. I'm the tire specialist. I'm the mechanic. I'm not the hauler driver. I do have a guy now driving it to the track, but no, all these roles are also with the guy that helps out. So, it's definitely a little bit of that little league dad for sure. I like to be out there and coaching him and helping him. I feel like the amount of knowledge that I've gained over time and the different experiences that I can see from him, like we have a GoPro camera on him, right? You have to, and you replay that GoPro footage and you go through it with him and you tell him like, okay, you're doing this right here, but also think down the line, like, what if you did this, talking about things differently. Well, you shouldn't have done that. You should do this, and trying to coach him and just put those things in his mind right now to hopefully he remembers. So by the time he's 10, he's already forgotten more than what he's learned, and I feel like if I would have if I could be Kyle Busch at 36 years old back when I was 22 again, man, the rest of the field's in trouble.
Cal, it's been a real treat. Wish you nothing but the very best and appreciate your visiting with me today.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, and look forward to seeing you guys at a track again real soon.
Hey, thanks, Kyle.
You got it, brother.
Take care. Enjoy.
Yeah, man, you too. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.